Welcome back, club members, to part 2 of the Band Wagon. Woo.
We hope everyone listened to part 1. If you haven't, go back and listen. Okay, so our story takes us back to the final dress rehearsal of the show. The dance sequence we get here is a number called You and the Night Music. It's really this like ridiculously staged red lighting with like smoke bombs going off on stage. I gotta say, the effects here were pretty cool. I don't know. It did remind me a little bit of Wizard of Oz with like different like witch like smoke bombs going off.
Wait, whose number was this?
This was the big one where they're back at the rehearsal. It's their final dress rehearsal.
No, but who's in the number?
Yeah, Jeffrey is up on the big platform playing the devil, and Tony and Gabby are in the center of that big like kind of hexagon light, and there are the different smoke bombs going off, and she's in that really cute lilac sweater with the trousers and the little polka dot.
Is this the number where they kind of give up? And
Well,
they're
yeah,
just
I
like,
mean,
because
like,
it's just
she's
like everything's
exhausted.
blowing up, and they're
Yes,
like, are we
yes.
really going to open tomorrow?
Yes, and that's exactly what she says.
Okay.
And they're exhausted and they haven't had any sleep. The outfit is super cute though, and I know that you're a big fan of like, cute women's trousers. Really, really cute look. That actually, her look actually reminded me a lot of Ginger Rogers or Mitzi Gaynor. I love the little cinched waist with the scarf belt. But yes, that's where they basically are just like, oh my gosh, we realize that this is probably going to be a catastrophe.
Yeah, I think by this point in the movie, I kind of wrote down in my notes like, this movie's really not catching me.
Yeah. We are at the midway point.
Yeah,
here, so
midway,
grabbed
and
you.
I was like, it really has not grabbed me. And I just was like, I also wrote down, what are the stakes? Where's the plot? Like, I didn't really. There was not much of a point to me.
No, but it's true. I mean, if you're not invested and you're not invested in the characters, and quite frankly, I'm with you, babe. I want more of the Martins. I want the couple. I want more of the couple. It's kind of like the Dick Van Dyke Show. You kind of want like the supporting characters to be like retaining your attention throughout the different episodes and stuff. It can't all rely on Dick Van Dyke. Like there is such a gallery of characters around him. So yeah, I know. I agree with you. It is tough.
I want to know, like, did this movie make the list because like it is so closely synonymous with American in Paris and with Singin' in the Rain, so they were like, let's throw Band Wagon in there because
maybe the style or Vincent's name attached to it, possibly. That's why it made the list.
Yeah, because I just don't. This is the first time I've really gone into a movie and like we've watched it, and I'm finding very, very few like redeeming factors in it because I love a good analogy, and when I was trying to think of like what does this remind me of, it's kind of like a potluck, but like nobody got a list of what they were supposed to bring. And like nobody got a theme. And so everybody just brought whatever they wanted and they just mushed it all together. Because I'm like, the actors, great. The dancing, great. The songs, I guess maybe in their original form were great, but not great here because I don't feel like any of the songs really fit with the scene that they're in. Plot could be great. I just feel like everything mushed together. There were a lot of great pieces, but nothing really worked together. So you're going to end up with a plate of a bunch of foods that are kind of tasty, but like none of them go together. So yeah, that's great my analogy. It's just a really badly thought out potluck.
Yeah, that's great. That's not great, but yes, that's such a great analogy.
It's like you didn't give anybody a list, so everybody bought soda.
When the first out-of-town tryout in New Haven proves disastrous, back at the after party,
can we talk about that? That was actually really funny.
With all of
I wrote down like where's the plot, what's the stakes, and then that scene actually made me laugh because when I saw the first guy come out, who was he the
one
producer?
Of the producers, yes.
Yeah, when I saw him walk out like that, I was like, uh-oh. And I was like, that was funny, showing him like, you know, all grim. But then when they showed the audience walking out and they all looked like they were leaving a funeral, I was like, ooh, like that was really funny.
Disaster.
Yeah. So
this also
you wrote a good one.
This also gave me the producers vibes, like when they like leave the show thinking like, oh God, like this is just so awful and so embarrassing.
Maybe that was an homage to this.
I'm sure they grabbed some elements from it. So Tony demands that Jeffrey convert the production back into the light comedy that the Martins had originally envisioned. The lighthearted song we have here, which is I Love Louisa, which Tony sings at the after party.
He sings it, they have a good time, and then he makes the phone call.
You know who's not having a good time? I'm not having a good time. These songs are just not catchy.
Yeah.
And without Cyd dancing, sorry, like I'm not that invested anymore.
I didn't get it. I was like, okay, they're all sad. The show sucks. So like they just wanted to put like they wanted to put a song here just to show like them trying to cheer up. You know what would have been good? And then it would have kind of made sense if we had shown them on stage doing this big, bombastic, pretentious number. And then backstage, when they're all trying to cheer up, they do the number how they actually envisioned it.
Yeah.
And then they go, oh my God, guys, that was really good. It should have been like that the whole time.
Sure.
And then he makes the phone call and he's like, we're going to do it our way.
Yeah.
Like, I Love Louisa was just, did not make sense.
Yeah.
I was out of nowhere. Like, you're just trying to cheer everyone up because you all just had a really bad night. But had we seen like a really, I already said it, but it would have made more sense had they just redone a number right there and it'd been really cool to watch. And then being like, let's do it this way.
I agree. Yeah.
But, you know, I didn't write it. I wasn't born back then. So
we get dealt what we get dealt.
We get I Love Louisa.
Jeffrey says that while they have to find new backers now because the original ones had walked out, he will be happy to still appear in that show if Tony is the one that's in charge of it. So at least Jeffrey, you know, accepts defeat as maybe this wasn't the right moment for a pretentious drama. And so as long as Tony's in charge of it, Jeffrey's like, I'm on board. Tony accepts. He uses his art collection, remember that Gabby had made reference to at the beginning of the film. He uses his art collection to finance the production.
Well, that's kind of sad.
It is sad, but I mean, at least he made the money back when the show was a hit, if the show was a hit. But, you know, apparently it was a hit. Paul, who is Gabby's manager / choreographer / kind of boyfriend, says that he no longer thinks that this show is suitable for Gabby anymore. He's like, this is going completely off the rockers here. Like you gotta pull out. I'm quitting. And he expects her to follow as well, but she doesn't. She wants to stay. She's committed to it. She's committed to the show. And of course, she wants to work with Tony. Because she loves him.
Mm-hmm. She was like, bye, girl. She didn't care.
You can tell me what to do. The song we get for Gabby here is this number called New Sun in the Sky. Now, it's just a brief number that we see because it actually is a montage. This song leads us into a montage of about 4 or 5 different smaller songs. We just get like a minute blip of musical numbers here, you guys. The New Sun in the Sky is the first time we really hear Cyd's ghost singer voice come through, which is
India Adams. I did write her down right as well right there because that's when I looked it up before I saw your notes.
Oh, cool.
And that's when I was looking up that she had an album.
You're like, what a voice.
Yeah. Very nice, deep voice. Like not a very like high soprano. Like she had a nice
rounded out, like not necessarily husky, but I think I know what you mean.
She had a nice deep
alto voice.
Very beautiful voice. I loved Cyd's son outfit here with the red poof.
The Chiquita Banana outfit?
It was fun.
It is pretty. So then the next song we get is one called I Guess I'll Have to Change My Plan. That one's performed by Jeffrey and Tony. That one's just like a simple top hat and canes type of number. As the montage is happening, we're seeing the train go from spot to spot as they are touring this musical. Another number we have here is Louisiana Hayride. That one is performed by Lily, I believe, right?
Lil.
And
wait, is her full name Lily?
I think it's Lillian.
Oh, okay.
But
Nanette.
Yeah, right. And then
I will say,
yes,
that just made me want more of her as well.
I'm telling you, I agree.
Are you country now?
I'm telling you. Well, we're in the Louisiana.
Yeah, I did think that little clip, even though it was hokey pokey, I just was like, it was nice to see her in a solo number. I wish they would have given her more.
And then that takes us to the triplets number. What a weird musical number. It's giving me Oompa Loompa number from Willy Wonka. I said it.
It's fun.
It's weird though, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, granted,
two of those songs were also from Flying Colors and Between the Devil, by the way, those musicals I had mentioned earlier. So they obviously liked that playbook.
That's nice.
What were you gonna say?
The trademark was probably going up, and they probably had to use it. I don't know how trademark works,
you're
but
right.
like they were
right.
like, I guess we got these songs from It's fun. I actually like the lyrics to the song more than I like the song.
Okay.
Because listening to the lyrics, these little demonic triplets talking about how they hate each other, they hate their parents. Like,
I feel that.
You look, and I think there's like a burning house in the background. So they're like little,
they're like kicking each other and stuff like that.
Yeah, they're like little arsonists.
Yeah.
They're like little evil kids.
Okay.
So
yeah, I get that.
Yeah, it's not. It's not on my playlist.
Nothing is so far. After some weeks on tour to perfect the new lighthearted musical numbers, the revised show, it does prove to be a hit before its opening on Broadway. One of the big numbers performed is a song called The Girl Hunt Ballet, and that is the big dance sequence of the film. Like this is like the finale dance sequence that everyone has been waiting for, that all of these movies have.
This is like MGM's favorite thing to do.
Yes. You get your 10-minute,
10 to 20 minute ballet
to conclude this entire film.
Yeah. Let the guys in the audience go pee.
Yeah, you're right. This one actually does have some. It's funny that you say that, because the I guess vibe behind this, it does have more of a testosterone appeal to it. I hate to be that way and seem sexist, but it is very gangstery. There's guns, there's explosions happening, there's a fight sequence happening, there's the hot girl Cyd, that's actually like 2 or 3 different characters in this ballet. I did want to say I did read that Michael Jackson was inspired by this sequence for his Smooth Criminal music video. But yeah, I mean, I
think overall, for like a movie musical, I think this movie is loved. I guess I don't have that many examples, but like obviously Michael Jackson liked it, and so he did his Smooth Criminal video. And then I think I read that this is Martin Scorsese's like favorite musical like movie musical.
Very interesting.
So I don't know, something about it just really catches with heterosexual males.
Yeah, maybe they like Fred and Cyd together, you know?
I wasn't going to say that. I was going to say it's probably this number.
Well, yeah, I mean, as far as the
I don't think the guys are going, oh, I think they have really great chemistry.
Well, who doesn't want to see Fred with Cyd on screen?
I don't want to see Fred with anyone. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
not in like a
that's horrible.
No, I don't mean it like that. I just don't mean like in like a sexual romantic way. Like dancing.
Really?
You think he's like
I think he has way more appealing charisma, look, dance, and acting wise more than Gene Kelly.
You think that Fred Astaire is a good-looking gentleman?
I think that his charisma shows off way more than someone like Gene Kelly.
Okay.
Yeah, same with like Top Hat. I think he's way more charming than Gene Kelly.
And that's what I meant by that. I'm not saying I don't want to see Fred in a movie. I'm just saying that like
as a love interest,
he's not. I don't find him handsome, so I just don't. I don't think he's good. I don't think he's attractive at all. So like he kind of doesn't give me like romantic lead vibes.
Huh. Oh yeah, okay.
At all.
But I see that that's where you're coming from.
Yeah, I didn't mean I didn't want to see him in a movie because he's a great dancer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
I will say for the Girl Hunt ballet, out of the three, again, if we're gonna go comparing Paris to Rain to Wagon, I will say that this one is my favorite, and it's probably because this one actually has a plot line.
Yeah,
like there's a through and through narration and a plot line. Like I don't know if there really was like a beginning to end plot line for the other ones.
Well,
like
for the other Rain, not really, but for Paris, it's just it's just someone exploring the different like elements of like art, isn't it? I mean, they're all based on like famous artists, so
yeah, that's not a plot line.
No. I think that you're right. This one is way more plot driven. I agree with you on that.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would say it's probably my favorite.
I agree with you.
But I will go farther into that and say that I don't, these are really cool things that they like to add into these movies, but I just always feel like they're plopped in and then they make the movie too long.
I could see that.
Like,
I could see that.
By itself, all three of these ballets are exceptional pieces of work.
For YouTube.
For YouTube. I don't like when they plop it into a movie that has a plot already, then you're like, oh, this movie's going to be 2 hours now.
Yeah.
So
I do agree with you though. I think the finale dance sequence here is the better one of the three.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sometimes it does make it's too much of a slow burn to get to this to be the finale. Mm-hmm. Like it doesn't add up,
Yeah. I also feel like we literally just did Singin' in the Rain, and now this one popped up on the list, and I almost wish that it would have come up later, because now I find myself comparing it a lot, and I don't think that's fair. But if I were to have seen it months later, where like Singin' in the Rain wasn't freshly in my mind, I still don't think I would have liked it that much.
Yeah, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think we're going to hit ones where it is rare that both
I'm not trying to make excuses.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that, like, I wonder, but I also think that I would have had the same outcome. But because our last movie was Singin' in the Rain, and that one is such a great movie, to me, it just showed the weakness of what this movie was. And, maybe that's why I didn't do very well in the box office.
Yeah,
maybe
you're right.
Overall, it's just not the best cohesive piece of art that I've ever seen.
Yeah. Also, I think that you're right. I think that sometimes when we get to these big finales, we've already had an hour and 40 minutes of the film. Like it's almost too long for a great finale. Yeah. Well, I think they look great together in this number, and I will say that it is fun to see her in her different wigs, especially the blonde one at the end. I thought that was really cool. There's also a little bit of a hint of Gabby on the train writing a letter to Paul. We see her drop her book, and she's got a letter that she's filling out. I think that we're assuming that she's letting Paul know that she is, breaking up with him or moving on from him in all aspects of her career, probably manager and also up boyfriend, because she does end up professing her love to Tony later on. And when we're at the finale here, now that it's been a big successful show, they sing a reprise of That's Entertainment before the end of the movie. And then there's credits. So yeah, that's the plot of the film. Tony is a star again.
They won.
And found love.
Of the reprise of that song, I will say I really did like Nanette's dress a lot better than I liked Cyd's.
Oh,
And she was off to the side, and I was like, let that girl show off that dress. It's so beautiful. And wasn't it in her color? Wasn't she wearing green?
Cyd? Was it green?
No, Nanette was wearing green.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. It was very pretty. I thought it was green.
Cyd's in green and Nanette is in blue.
Oh.
Maybe you liked both dresses, probably.
No.
You like...
I like Nanette's dress.
Yeah, Nanette's dress looks like a Grace Kelly style of cut, you know?
Yeah, but I think it was a full gown down to the ground.
Mm-hmm. Great color on her, too.
It was pretty.
So, if you had to pick, what was your overall favorite thing about this film?
When it said the end. I'm just kidding.
You really disliked it that much, huh?
I did not.
Yeah. But that's okay.
I know. I'm being silly.
You're not being silly. What? It's not. It's your opinion.
Two writer characters. I thought that there should have been more scenes with them. Like from the get-go, like in the beginning when they showed up and they had their signs with their like Tony fan club, and they were kind of, you know, trying to make him feel better, and they were talking about their friendship all together and all of that. Like, I really liked that scene. I liked the acting in it, and I thought that they were very energetic, and they kind of brought, after seeing the beginning of the film and how it was, you know, I was kind of waiting for a little bit more energy, I guess. Once they showed up, they kind of brought the energy, and I would have liked to see more of them. I know they were in there throughout the film, but I just would have liked more of them.
You know, it's funny too, because maybe Betty and Adolph really did a great job with just making the characters very relatable, and them, you know, using them as a pattern for these two characters. That's pretty cool that you're like, oh, I wanted more of those characters, because yeah, you enjoyed them, and it's probably, it would have been cool for them to hear that, you know?
Isn't that what their friends said too? That they wanted more?
They were like, we want you guys on film. They wanted characters of them on film.
So they were probably really fun people to be around, because I was like, I want to be friends with them.
Exactly. I think that's important in a movie, especially when you don't have a, kind of like you were saying earlier, like, what are the stakes here? Like, when you don't have something to grab onto plot wise, you do want to grab onto what characters vibe with you, and they vibed with you. So that is cool, you know?
What was your favorite thing?
Definitely the dance sequences. I could watch the dance sequences without having to watch this entire musical. In fact, I would prefer to. And honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with us being like, it wasn't our favorite, you know, because yeah, I would rather go on YouTube and watch these dances with Cyd in them and not watch the entire film. So I think their dancing was my overall favorite thing about it.
So what was your least favorite overall thing about the film?
Least favorite would definitely be the music. Unfortunately, the music is just, I feel like what they pulled from other songbooks, I just don't think that it grabbed me. It didn't really, kind of to what you were saying earlier, it didn't really feel like they gave a lot of thought to what music they were going to use for this. And personally, yeah, it's just not an album I'm going to gravitate towards and go listen to, especially the title song, which is That's Entertainment. I mean, that is the big original song that got a nomination. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just not gravitating towards it. So yeah, the music in general, just not my favorite, or least favorite thing, for sure. What about you, Boo?
I would just say overall, it just was very clunky and very not cohesive. I don't feel like any of the parts went together.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a big collective hodgepodge of stuff that did not necessarily gel well. Which is funny because I was looking up. I honestly wanted to see what the reviews were, and like one of the reviews I saw said the exact opposite. So I'm like, not to say one person is right over another, but it was funny that I left this film thinking that it was so, clunky, and then the first review that I go and I read from, like, what were the reviews back in the day? Let me find it. 1999, The Guardian. The whole point about the Band Wagon, and one which sometimes makes people underrate it, was the way everything seems to mesh so seamlessly, almost effortlessly, in fact. That was due to Minnelli, whose flair and imagination, admittedly aided by the huge array of MGM talent both behind and in front of the cameras, was matched by his almost perfect control. And I'm like, I did not get that from that at all. I didn't think anything meshed, really.
Instead, you got potluck with no direction.
Yeah, no rules. And then I think this is the first time that I have left one of our reviews where there's been movies where we've not necessarily loved every single song, but there would be like one standout song that we were like, that was a great song. This is the first time that I honestly cannot say I can say that I don't remember or care about any of the songs. I think the one that pops out to me the most is a triplet song, but it's because it's so random and weird
and silly.
Yeah, so if I was to think about like a number that pops out at me, it would probably be that.
Like The King and I, that had a lot of moments where we were just like, in general, as a movie, we both didn't really love The King and I. But songs, you could pull out 5 songs from that musical that are great songs you want to go back and listen to, right? So I feel like you're right. When you don't have that element to it, you're kind of left. It's like it fizzled. It just fizzled.
But even if we watch a movie and we don't necessarily like any of the songs, that one we liked a lot of the songs, but may not have liked the movie. I'm saying even with movies that we may have, let's say there were 10 songs and 9 of them we were like, those were whatever. There would be one that we went, oh, that was actually a really good song. I don't think I really gravitated to any of them. I didn't think any of them were that great.
I agree with you, Rue.
I'm flabbergasted that it's on this list, actually.
And I wonder what other people will say, when they are listening to this, if they're going to be like, oh my gosh, they are totally lost here. Like, probably. This is one of the best musicals. But no, I agree with you. I don't feel it had that big of an impact in this music at all.
Maybe I was thinking too much about the music and I should have just been paying more attention to the actual dancing, because the dancing was great. It's just I didn't think the songs were memorable.
Yeah. So what do you feel about legacy, or how it impacted, what is there a legacy of this film? Well, we know that certainly some people used it as inspiration for their music videos. I mean, that's big. But yeah, I don't really hear a lot of people talking about the Band Wagon.
Maybe it's an early on version of what we call like a cult classic.
Yeah.
Because it was a flop, but obviously it's now later in life considered one of the best of the best.
Yeah.
So
maybe you're right.
Maybe it's what you would call an early on musical cult classic.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Because it ain't Singin' in the Rain.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I think when I was looking up Singin' in the Rain, I saw something that someone wrote that was a cult classic. But maybe my definition of a cult classic is different than other people, because I always think of a cult classic being like, and maybe it's just because all of mine were originally flops. I thought a cult classic was a movie that necessarily didn't do that well in the box office, and then later in life kind of still had this momentum and this fan base and this love behind it, that it kept it alive even when it wasn't initially a hit.
That is the definition of it. it doesn't have mainstream success.
Yeah.
It doesn't have box office success.
I think when I looked up, it could have been another one, but I looked up a movie similar to like Singin' in the Rain that was a huge box office success, and they called it a cult classic. And I was like, I think you have the definition wrong.
Yeah, for sure.
But this I would definitely call a cult classic because it did not do well in the box office, and now it is considered one of the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. I guess
it's a cult classic, but it ain't my cult.
I guess that's the legacy then.
Yeah.
That later on it found its audience and people appreciate the art behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we should spin our wheel for next week's episode. What do you think, babe? Is it time?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, here we go. Here we go.
All right. So, movie number 18 is going to be 7 Brides for 7 Brothers.
Okay. That is that Rogers
I don't know why
and
I
Hart?
laughed. I think I laughed more because
Rogers
I was
and
looking at you and I was thinking that's probably not going to be one of your favorites on this list.
He's going to be like, what? Rogers and Hart or Rogers and Hammerstein? 7 Brides and 7 Brothers.
I'm going to say neither.
You think so? Maybe not. You're probably right. Jean de Paul and Johnny Mercer.
Was it a Broadway show?
No, in 1978. So the film came first. Cool. Yeah. I don't even know. I don't think I've ever seen this before, actually.
I think I've seen it when I was a wee young lad, but I don't think I've seen it since.
1850. Oh no, it's set in 1850. It's going to be racist.
Well, a lot of these.
I know. Sucks. Okay. So, 7 Brides for 7 Brothers, 1954, directed by Stanley Donen.
Are we going in like?
I know. Did we hit a trend?
Yeah.
And Stanley also directed Singin' in the Rain, right? Yes, he did.
Well, you answered your own question.
Yes, he did. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for listening. We appreciate all the support that everyone is giving us. Thanks for sharing our little podcast out there with all of your friends and family. We're not really doing too much. We weren't doing any paid marketing, which is cool. So, yeah, please share with your friends.
Word of mouth. Word of mouth.
Post us on social media. You can find us on Instagram and TikTok at
Hollywood Hubbies.
Yeah, follow, like, leave comments. We love your feedback, and thank you all for listening.
Thank you guys.
Until next time.
Better luck next time.
Right? Come on, 7 Brides and 7 Brothers.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.